When you hear the wub wub, you know what that means.
Yes.
Time to get into the game.
Yep.
How's it going, everyone? Of course, Golden Boy and Courage here, back with you yet again. This time around, because of the awesome, intro, that actually means that it's time.
Yes.
So we're going to get going with this matchup, CLG versus FaZe. I believe what we're going to do as per CWL rules is it's going to be a full restart, but with the same bans and protects will be in place. So everyone's pretty much just going to pick all the things and the stuffs, and then we're going to be good to go.
Yeah, so we're on through this, and we should be fine. Now, as we mentioned before, FaZe kind of focusing more towards that HC. As you all know, we just had some technical issues in the last map. So while we do want to talk about that and be like, oh, this was looking good, this was looking good, I feel like the one thing we can really take from it, BL Fire, leaning towards that XR2 anti-up strategy. Yeah. Paid off at the start of that one. It's been something he's been experimenting with. And, this is what we've been seeing, Golden Boy, is teams getting more and more comfortable with the ban and protect phase, with the create a class stage to try to switch up the gameplay, right? Catch their opponents off guard. We've seen Elevate do it a lot in the league with the MR6, and that was kind of something they introduced to the game, as well as complexity. Yeah. Going into kind of the tacticals and really trying to mess up their opponents with either banning out perk 1 or perk 3 greed to try to catch them off guard. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool to see how these players have been experimenting with things. Definitely. And again, it's about creativity, and I think that's what the ban and protect really allows you to do. Be creative with your approach. How do you shut down your opponent and take away their strong tool versus, maybe protecting the thing that you're very good at. Yeah. So there goes your two teams as they're going to get ready to go here in just a little bit. FaZe and CLG. And I mentioned before I said complex, I meant perplexed. It's going to take me a little while. They really like the dudes with the plexed in their names. Methods has a thing for that. Looking at him. But like I said before, actually, he ended up having lunch with both Perplex and Methods. And, we were talking about, how the team was feeling and everything like that. And you could definitely tell there was more of a camaraderie there. Mm-hmm. I could certainly see it. And of course, I think Method's the kind of guy you can get along with pretty much anyone. For sure. But it was really cool to be able to have that opportunity to talk with him. And it seems like they're getting all hyped up in there. Methods, of course, leading this team. And we got a CLG chanting, one guy in the crowd, CLG guy out there. He's a woo girl, so bless his soul. Bless him. And I think, Temper might be the woo girl for FaZe. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, he's keeping a little bit more calm over there. I just want to make a comment about Temper's beard, by the way. It's the most glorious looking thing. Handsome guy. It's better than Gandhi's by a country mile. Tweet that at Scott Gandhi on Twitter. Let him know. 100%. Temper's beard is better. And again, unlike Maven, he has hair, which is fantastic. He doesn't look like Joe Rogan, who had a hangover the night before. All right. You know what? And continue. No, dude. Any opportunity I can take to roast Maven and Mr. X while they're not here, I will gladly take that opportunity. All right, here we go, folks. It's going to be CLG FaZe. Let's get this one going. Jack, who do you want to hop on board with first? I'm watching Methods, and it looks like he's got himself the weapon of choice for this bottom middle hard point. Got himself the Vesper trophy systems as well with the Semtex.
Now, if I'm understanding right, the Vesper, saw the Nerf hammer actually come through. So very precarious pick, I have to say, but it seems to be doing work so far. You know what it is when you're this close of a gun engagement, there is still nothing that beats the Vesper in the SMG class. Oh, I mean, you're talking 42 bullets and the firing rate that it has. It's absurd. Yeah, it still winds up shredding, but when you go and you look at the boys on FaZe Clan, right, you've got the likes of Clayster rocking the AR off the start of this one. You also have Enable, currently at 4-1, breaking inside that hill. Going to be the first points on the board for FaZe as they are currently down 30-5 in this game one. Off the reset, it's going to be CLG getting the spawns held down for this next hill as they begin their rotation towards top electrical. All right, Perplex here, looking around, seeing if he can find anyone. There's going to be a player outside there, so he has to be cautious of that. Finds one in front of him. He's able to come up clutch with that kill. Another player around the corner is going to be Zuma. Comes in for the challenge, and he's going to win that one. Perplex could not stay alive. Meanwhile, Felony, he's watching that doorway there, waiting to see if anyone's going to put in that. RK5, though, could do some work here as he's going to look to guard the door, but 3 down right away for CLG as FaZe is going to make their way right inside of the hard point. Zuma now racking up those points. That's just a great break right there from FaZe. You saw the pinch come in from each side. They got the first couple kills. They collapsed right away, and now it's FaZe inching back into this game. Beautiful position here from Zuma. This is something we see so often in this Cage's hardpoint. Players will play in all the different kind of nooks and crannies, try to catch the opponents off guard when they come in. Like right now, Enable in this back corner. He's got himself a Vesper. Can't get the first kill as of yet. There's the break coming out of CLG. You kind of wind up seeing some of the nerfs coming to the Vesper there. The recoil
winds up being more and more all over the place that players have begun to kind of diagnose, and that's why they've struggled from those medium ranges with that weapon.
Yeah, and Methods also can be a little bit more relaxed knowing that his teammates have that back door, so he can focus his attention at that front door, which is exactly what happened there. But now both teams are going to start that rotation, and Felony, Beal Fire, they're going to pick up their kills there. Now Felony looking to hold this one down as a hardpoint's going to make its way over to Palace. He's looking for one in front. Able to stay alive. Huge kills there as they're going to get 3 down, FaZe. One more player inside. Felony. It's going to be 4 down. CLG is on a tear here. Felony on a 3-kill streak, and he's racking up that time in the hard point.
He was the only player in the hill for CLG. Not only did he win 3 gunfights, but he brought his team enough time to get in the position. A perfect setup for them. He's also got kinetic armor. Finds him. Get the 3rd and can't get the 4th. But Felony putting on a show, nearly earning himself the Cerberus. And look at the score as it begins to blow open in favor of CLG. Finally, though, FaZe showing some light as they hop on the hard point. But as he gets 2 more.
Somebody call my mama. This dude is nasty.
Ooh,
Felony.
On speed dial.
Yeah, oh, jeez, I know.
I had to do it. I had to do it. I'm sorry.
Listen here, man. Listen, Miss Mendez is a nice lady. Anyway, no, but seriously, though, Felony on point here. He is 14-8. Just absolutely slaying. It is reflected on the scoreboard. Zuma, though, he's going to get that heat wave. Not much he could do there. Perplex finds one in front of him. He's going to go in for the challenge. Joe's going to be a player to his left as well, so he has to be conscious of that. He is going to take some shots. Luckily for him, the teammate's going to be there. And you have 4 members inside of that hard point there. Perplex can't stay alive now as we're over to Clayster. See what he's going to do.
He's got himself a Sparrow ready to use whenever he seems fit. Probably going to save that one for the first kill in the rotation. Now decides to charge his hardpoint, gets 1 kill. The second challenge coming in from a player on CLG. That's Methods getting the better of Clayster there. And it's CLG beginning to run away with this one, Alex. Really led by that almost 4-piece by Felony in that bottom lobby hardpoint. Now it does seem like FaZe have some presence near the hill. Attach falls Zuma there to try to back him up, but still odds are not in his favor. And it's CLG now out to a 73-second lead and growing. You've also got Felony currently leading the lobby in kills. He also has a lightning strike ready to use at his disposal. It looks like that's the time to use it is right now.
Yeah, but he has to be mindful, though. He could get pushed from behind, and that is exactly what's going to happen there. But Felony ends up killing his own teammate. That's going to be unfortunate. But Clayster, though, looking to make rotations over here and just hold this one down. Now,
this is big.
They need this one. They need all these points, but Enable cannot stay alive on top there. So this is going to be interesting to see how Zuma and, of course, the crew will fight their way out of this one. Enable can't do much with it. You have Methods with that VMP, and he's having a decent game, right? 9-9, but you really don't need to be a Slayer and do all these crazy things when you have a person like Felony just absolutely going off. But Attach looking to get those kills here. Can't do anything as that player comes up from the door behind him.
FaZe doing a great job of trying to lock down these spawns at the back. Methods is able to pick up 2. You can see how far out the opposing teams is spawning at the moment. 20 seconds remaining on this hard point, and it's 4 dead for CLG as FaZe. All right, they're starting to show some life. They'll get the last 15 seconds here, and it's Sparrow time.
Hawkeye
pulls out the specialist, gets 1 kill. Now he'll begin to follow up the rest of this time in the hard point. He's 250 away from earning himself the Talon. Can't spot the player top middle as of yet. You can see Attach inside the hard point. One player sitting top broken, but it does look like FaZe have begun to mount the comeback, but he gets taken down from behind by Felony. Big kill there as he finds a second in the hill as well. And he's got himself kinetic armor again. Another 3-piece with the help of Clayster's lightning strike there. A team kill on Enable. CLG back up by about 50 seconds and growing. And man, Felony is the reason why they're up by so much as he's on another 4 streak. He's 23-15. This man can't be stopped.
Tearing it apart right now, man. FaZe just bit by bit cannot handle Felony. Every single time they push forward, they just get teared down. But Felony, though, and he's still alive. Somehow managing to stay alive, but finally gets picked off. Meanwhile, Methods is going to be inside of the hard point here. And he has to be mindful of the fact that there could be a player right in that doorway, which he sees, and we know it because we see it. Yeah.
This is what we
Double kill
for TK, but he swaps his aim between the 2 players, can't pick up a kill, and there's an entry opportunity for FaZe as they rotate towards cages. They're down by near 100 seconds, but now is when FaZe can begin to mount the comeback. You can see the spawn start way in the back of the map before the player on FaZe.
They have to worry about that player who's on the flank.
Yeah, who's this going to be? It's going to wind up being
Perplex. This is the player to watch here. If he's able to get a kill here, that could open up the lane there.
They should know he's missing. They should know he's missing. If they wound up counting, they do.
There you go.
Zuma picks it up. FaZe now holding down his cages hard point. Still 45 seconds remaining. CLG will have to push. You've got Attach in the back, watching 2. He's able to get only 1 as Felony wins another gunfight. Enable does clear it out, though. Now 19 and 14. He's on a 3 streak. The slang very even in this game right now, Golden Boy, but the score heavily in favor of CLG. Enable doing all he can to stay alive, but this looks like a CLG break coming in as 3 go down on FaZe.
There's not much you could do in that situation when you have an AR looking at a doorway and you're pushing that with SMGs, especially the VMP, and especially with a player like Felony who's absolutely going off right now. He's 28 and 19 on a 3-kill streak. You can't allow those kinds of things to happen.
Oh my God.
But it's just a really hard situation when you have members with ARs holding down hard points in such close proximity. You have to hit those shots wonderfully. And Felony is just, he's on fire. He netted his 31st kill here. And despite that methods, he's there for the cleanup kill. They're able to get presence inside of that hard point. And this has basically been the CLG show so far.
They've had the easiest job I've seen in many teams versus FaZe of breaking a hard point, mainly due to this man right here, a minute and 45 seconds in the hill. He's leading his team and the game, also leading the game in kills, and he's earned himself another kinetic armor. I mean, this one could be ended right here as he gets one. The second comes in. Thankfully, though, apparently it takes 3 members of FaZe to take him down. Methods now inside the hard point. He falls to Enable. And it does look like FaZe will get the better of the trade there, but one final player begins to push in for the last 25 seconds. You can see Zuma going in to try to help his teammate. 238, 239. The game is beginning to close out as CLG look to steal a first game 1 hard point off of FaZe.
I mean, I don't even know if you want to call it a steal because this was clearly a dominant performance from CLG. Of course, on the back in the backpack of Felony there, and that's it. 250 to 131. CLG comes out looking strong. Felony, though, he is 100% going to be that player to watch going into game number 2, because can he do that again is going to be the question.
That was an absolutely insane performance, and there's the icing on the cake there, the headshot on Enable. You can see the stock on the VMPEL. I don't even know
VMPEL, that's a new gun.
right there as well. Gives him that extra bit of mobility, gives him that mobility, gives him that little bit of
I understand that I'm here and that you're, you're a little starstruck. I understand it. You know, you could flub your words around me. It's okay, baby girl.
Thank you for supporting me. But
you're all right.
What a game 1 performance there from Counter Logic Gaming as they now go up 1-0. Now, silver lining for FaZe, this is a best of 7.
Very true, but look at Felony there. 37 kills, 23 devs, a minute 58 in that hard point.
Ridiculous.
And 7 defends as well. That is an all-star showing there from them, without a doubt. I honestly think that if Felony can continue to perform like that, I mean, CLG, or I would say FaZe, they are in trouble. They need to show up.
Oh, for sure.
You know, there were a lot of situations there as well that were really tough for FaZe to overcome, right? You know, you have Enable inside of a hill, and this happened a lot, right? Where members of FaZe were inside of those hard points, and they had ARs. And then you just have players just come in with that SMG, hit firing, or maybe even hit fire and bring it up mid-shot. And that right there is so hard to defend. I mean, that's classic Call of Duty right there. I mean, all the way from back in the days of COD 2 when you had an M1 Garand, and all you do is fire, 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 and bring it up to the reticule, right? That's how you play the game. And right there, Felony displayed just classic Call of Duty 101. Awesome stuff, man. But now we're getting ready for game number 2. It's going to be Fringe, Search, and Destroy.
Now, this is one map that actually plays very similar to Standoff from Black Ops 2.
Yes.
Both maps have a Grannies. Yeah. Got a middle street. Everyone remembers the incredible call you had of the flag run against Envious that wound up winning, obviously, the crazy matchup there. With that middle street, very similar. You also wind up having long sight lines down the sides of the map. You have 3 defined lanes, so teams wind up loving this map in Black Ops 3 so far. There's a lot of room for flashy snipe plays. There's also very coordinated team pushes that can wind up clearing out certain sides of the map. I do believe we will be getting this one started up very
I just want to make a clarification, though, because I always have to say this. Okay, you know, Benson, he kills me because I always have to clarify. If you go back and watch that footage, I was not the one that did the Wahoo thing, okay? Just, you know, that was not me.
Want to defend yourself?
Okay, I'm defending myself because that was not me, okay? I mean, I can't even make that sound, all right? I mean, the most I could do is like, you know, like that, right? That's the best I could do, right? Awesome. I can't do the Wahoo, you know, I can't sound like Mario. You know what I mean? I know it's the wrong game.
I would appreciate if you did at some point during the series.
I don't think I didn't do it. So how can I possibly be the one, right?
There's a time for everything.
There's a time and a place. If Felony goes off again, maybe I might channel my inner reflections.
I mean, that was one of the better submachine gun performances I've seen so far this weekend.
For sure.
And it seemed like every time, like, okay, he gets 1, he gets 2. And then he somehow chains together 3, even 4. That one hard point that really swung it open for CLG. Obviously, bottom Palace. He got there by himself, wound up getting 3 kills, and then ran away with it once he got his kinetic armor ready to go. you could just see how much that impacted the play of CLG,
yeah.
right? Obviously, in that before the reset, they were looking pretty good. They were feeling pretty good. Then they had a restart 0-0-0. I know those guys were fired up. They were ready to go, and they proved it there on map number 1. Now, FaZe got to get over that one, right?
Yeah.
Right? They've seen struggles as of late in the World League. They had a couple matches that they would definitely admit kind of snuck by them as they lost those.
Yep.
Looking to turn it around now on LAN. This team, if there's any in the game, you'd expect them to be able to mount the comeback.
I mean, this is you know, one of the best that Call of Duty has to offer, right? I mean, you know, when you think about Call of Duty, you know, the names that pop into your head right away: Optic Gaming, FaZe Clan, Team Envy, right? These are the orgs, right, that are tried and true in this scene. And you know, when you think about the players in this community who are the standouts, right? You think of the guys like Clayster, right? I'm expecting him to have a big showing as well. You know, I think that even looking at this Fringe Search and Destroy game, right, for FaZe, that's one that they can just shake off because you know that Felony can't go off like that again.
Oh, God.
Right? Like, it is, you know, it's a round-by-round game type, which is the most obvious thing. But you just know that, like, you can shut that down, right? Because this is something, you have those nice sight lines, right, that's going to play well to the AR gameplay. You know, I think overall it's going to look good for FaZe. I could see FaZe taking this one.